Hello students, welcome to Online Agriculture e-platform. Student, my name is Sonu Soni and I will discuss with you very significant topic for agriculture as well as to understand very basic knowledge about animals and their classification. So today is our topic, that is entomology. First of all, it is very important to know what is the meaning of entomology. Entomology is taken from Greek word entomon and logy. Entomon is small creatures, insects, and the logy means study of. It means the branch of science in which we study about insects. Entomology का जो मतलब है, that is the study of insects. It is the branch of science in which we study about insects. Now the first question arises, what are insects? Insects are those organisms which have maximum diversity in the whole animal kingdom as well as on earth planet. According to research, 85% only and only insect categories, insect species are available in different areas throughout the world. So these small creatures occurs in water, land, some are parasites and some are strong flyers. So we can say there are a number of categories according to their habitat, according to their habit are present in insects. And the insects belong to phylum Arthropoda. That is very important and interesting thing. Entomology, study of insects, and insects belong to phylum Arthropoda.
एग्रीकल्चर कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम की तैयारी करने के लिए अभी डाउनलोड करें ऑनलाइन एग्रीकल्चर ऐप, लिंक इन द डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स, अथवा विजिट करें www.onlineagriculture.org वेब।
The first question regarding Arthropoda, that is, it is the largest phylum of animal kingdom. In animal kingdom, we study about the total animal categories of animals, in which specifically there are individual and specific category which belong to phylum Arthropoda. And the most important thing is that Arthropoda also have 70 to 80% species only and only belong to Arthropoda in animal kingdom. So in insecta, insects belong to class Insecta, and Insecta class belong to phylum Arthropoda. Both have unique feature, that is Insecta, it is the largest class in the whole animal kingdom as well as of Arthropoda. Similarly, Arthropoda, it is the largest phylum in the whole animal kingdom. So these three things, entomology, insects या Insecta and Arthropoda and animal kingdom, all are interrelated. To understand about insect, we should concentrate and understand what is the meaning of Arthropoda. And if we know about Arthropoda, the very and first primary and basic thing is to understand what is the meaning of animal kingdom and what is included in animal kingdom. Yeah, simply what is the meaning of animal kingdom. So first of all, we will discuss about animal kingdom and how it is classified into further groups and what is the meaning of those groups what is similarity and dissimilarity in that particular group या groups. So first of all we will discuss about animal kingdom. Kingdom simply language के अंदर अपने use करें तो kingdom means the whole empire in which involve all categories of particular species. In animal kingdom the meaning the whole animal categories species या animals are included in this category. This category is known as kingdom and this is the largest group of particular species of animal or plants. Similarly plant kingdom in which every plant species is involved. Similarly in animal kingdom every and each animal species is included on the basis of different kind of characters. So animal kingdom, basically animal kingdom is divided and classified into two categories. The first category is invertebrate as well as the second category is vertebrates, and this classification is based on the one important character, that is presence of vertebrae. In simple language we say backbone. Vertebral column is also known as backbone. Simply vertebrae भी बोलते हैं, vertebral column as well as it is known as backbone. It is the structure which provides support and bending system, because in the presence of backbone any kind of animal bend easily. So it is very supporting system. Supporting structure is supporting feature. Further, the first step of classification is invertebrates and vertebrates on the basis of presence of vertebral column. And next, moreover, we will talk about now what are invertebrates, and the second one is what is the meaning of vertebrates. Those organisms who have vertebral column are known as vertebrates, like fishes, mammals, reptiles as well as aves. These are main four categories which are known as vertebrate because due to the presence of vertebral column. On the other hand, the invertebrates, these are the largest group of categories, and it is further classified into different groups, and that groups are known as phylums. We will discuss further what is the meaning of phylum, but still different groups, that groups are known as phylums. First of all, protozoa, porifera, coelenterata, platyhelminthes, aschelminthes, moreover Annelida, Arthropoda, Mollusca, Echinodermata. Now Hemichordata is also included, but not properly belong to invertebrates. We will discuss why, but still Hemichordata. Just remember, these are different kind of phylums which belong to invertebrates. Protozoa, porifera, coelenterata, platyhelminthes, aschelminthes, Annelida, Arthropoda, Mollusca, Echinodermata and Hemichordata. These are phylums of invertebrates. Now the question arises, all are invertebrates. All are invertebrates. Then why we classified into different categories? The question is very important. All phylums belong to group invertebrates. Means no vertebral column is present. But why these are classified and classified, yeah, we can say it is differentiated from each other, different from each other. Phylums, all are phylums. But why classified into different categories? We will discuss. The most important thing, invertebrates and vertebrates, there are third categories also present. That category is chordates. It is the category between invertebrates and vertebrates. According to evolution, the first organism on earth, invertebrates. The first one is invertebrate and the second one is vertebrate. But according to evolution, after invertebrates, there are second category, that is chordates category, means chordata. What is the meaning of chordata? Actually, those animals which have a solid rod, quite bent solid rod present, that solid rod is known as notochord. That is a very important feature, notochord. Which have notochord, that organisms are known as chordates. There are three categories in early classification. The first category is hemichordates, second one is urochordates, and the third one is cephalochordates. These are three categories in early classification according to presence of notochord, location in the body. But now hemichordata is not included in chordata because actually the structure is founded as a notochord in hemichordate. That is not actually notochord. That is the folding of buccal diverticulum, means buccal cavity के अंदर कुछ fold थे, that fold considered as notochord. But now it is clear that is not notochord, that is folding of buccal diverticulum. So hemichordata is not included in chordates, but the further urochordates and cephalochordates are still included in chordates. So chordata means presence of notochord. It is not proper like vertebral column. It is the primary stage, we can say it is primary, a reduced form of vertebral column. That solid rod is known as notochord. It also provides support and bending system for chordates. In urochordates, we will still discuss about this, but now we will discuss about invertebrates. So after chordates, vertebrates evolved. So this is the process of evolution. First invertebrates, second chordates, and the last one is vertebrates. Now we will discuss about why these all categories, these all groups are studied different and individual level, although all are belongs to group invertebrates. There are the basic form, that is presence on the basis of similarities as well as dissimilarities. These all are classified and differentiated from each other on the basis of similarities and dissimilarities in characters. Some characters, some organisms have those characters which included in protozoa, only and only included in protozoa. Moreover, some categories of organisms which have another special characters which are different from protozoa also included in porifera. Similarly, further same system को ये follow करते हैं. So this pattern is known as hierarchy. Hierarchy means this category is known as taxon. We will discuss just little what is the meaning of taxon. Taxon, it is a group of species or organism which have same characters. That group is known as taxon. So there are number of taxonomic categories like kingdom, phylum, class, order, genus, family, species. In some categories we use subphylum, superclass, subclass, suborder, superorder, etc. But kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species, these are the main taxonomic categories, and each group, each category is known as taxon. And we read in pattern. This is the largest, then small, then small, then small. इस तरह से इनका पैटर्न बनता है. And this arrangement, this pattern is known as hierarchy in taxonomy. And this was given by Carolus Linnaeus, father of taxonomy. Animal kingdom further divided into groups, phylums, and phylums further classified into classes, and then further order, family, genus, and species. The species, it is the smallest unit of taxonomy. It is a very important question. The smallest unit of classification is species and the largest is kingdom. These are middle categories and have number of organisms on the basis of similarities and dissimilarities on character. So this is the pattern which is known as hierarchy of taxonomy and given by Carolus Linnaeus, and the father of taxonomy is Carolus Linnaeus. But now it is considered as the modern father of taxonomy, modern taxonomy, modern father of taxonomy, Carolus Linnaeus. In early time, Aristotle is also considered as the father of taxonomy, but we will discuss only the father of taxonomy is Carolus Linnaeus. Invertebrates means absence of backbone. There are phylums. First is Protozoa, Porifera, Coelenterata, Platyhelminthes, Aschelminthes, Annelida, Arthropoda, Mollusca, Echinodermata. These all are very important phylums of invertebrates. The first question is why these all are also different and also similar. Similar why? Because all are included in invertebrates, but different because these all categories is different on the basis of similarities and dissimilarities in characters. And what are that similarities and what are that dissimilarities? We will discuss one by one. And the next question is why we classified, why we studied in different patterns, because these all have different group of organisms on the basis of different kind of characters. Then first of all, the first main important thing, that is from Protozoa to Aschelminthes, these all are known as lower invertebrates, and these four are known as higher invertebrates. Why we call lower and why we call higher invertebrates? This is also first category of differentiation. lower invertebrates and higher invertebrates. Why? Because the basic difference is level of complexity. All are different from each other according to level of complexity. What is the meaning of complexity? A level of complexity, it is related with body organization. बॉडी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन मतलब जो ह्यूमन बॉडी है या किसी भी ऑर्गेनिज्म की बॉडी है उसका इंटरनल पैकेज क्या है, स्ट्रक्चर क्या है, क्या कंटेंट्स प्रेजेंट है उसके अंदर, दैट इज बॉडी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. So if we start from protozoa, according to this sequence, level of complexity increases, significantly increase from protozoa to echinodermata, and that level, considered as the base of classification, and this form is base of classification. There are number of reasons and there are number of basic features, basic structures, basic characters which divide these all phylums into different categories. Basically these all are invertebrates, but on the basis of some basic unique characters, these all are individual from each other. That features, that characters are the base of classification. And now we will discuss and consider about base of classification. So lower and higher category is the basis of level of complexity, and level of complexity is related with body organization. So one by one we will discuss about what is the meaning of basis of classification. The first base of classification is number of cells. On the basis of number of cells, there are two categories. The first one is unicellular organisms and multicellular organisms. Unicellular also considered as acellular organism, in which we discuss about protozoa. Single phylum protozoa. In multicellular category, it started from porifera to mammals. There are large variety of groups, and there are single phylum present, that is protozoa. Protozoa means primitive organisms in which only one cell or single cell is present, or we can say the whole organism considered as a single cell. There are no different kind of organs are present like digestive system, excretory system. For example, amoeba. We all know about amoeba, like this. This amoeba is actually the organism, and this organism have inside body organization is nothing, just is protoplasm. There is no digestive system, no excretory system, no cells inside the body. So that whole cell considered as a whole organism, that's why we call acellular. There are no cell present inside the body, but we only just discuss about the cell. So it is only single cell which perform all the metabolic functions regarding digestive system, circulatory system, and fundamental characters like reproduction. Everything is involved and performed inside this protoplasm. So there are no cells present inside the body, so the whole body organization is considered as a protoplasm. So we call amoeba is unicellular or also known as acellular organism. And the whole protozoa, in which amoeba, paramecium, euglena, noctiluca, vorticella, Plasmodium, etc. There are so many organisms belong to phylum Protozoa. These are just simple, we discussed in small classes. So primitive organisms, one cell, single cell, so these are known as unicellular. And the multicellular, the body organization have multiple cells, thousands of cells, so we call multicellular. It starts from protoporifera to mammals. So it is the first base of classification, unicellular and multicellular. मल्टीसेलुलर के अंदर भी दो कैटेगरी है, एक है पैराजोआ, मेटाजोआ. मल्टीसेलुलर को मेटाजोआ भी कंसीडर किया जाता है, मीजोजोआ भी आगे जाकर कहा जाता है. फर्दर कैटेगरी आती है मीजोजोआ की, बट सिंपली वी विल डिस्कस अबाउट व्हाट आर द मल्टीसेलुलर ऑर्गेनिज्म. दीज आर आल्सो नोन एज मेटाजोआ, दैट इज प्रोटोजोआ, दैट इज मेटाजोआ. मेटाजोआ का भी मतलब मल्टीसेलुलरिटी से लिया जाता है. सो पोरिफेरा टू मैमल्स.